All right, all right. Should be live here in about 2 seconds. Just so everyone's fully aware, you say something, you're going to be caught forever on the YouTubes, baby. For all 12 viewers that watch this eventually.
Yo, Dustin, why'd you send me that pic?
Okay. See, Mike just posted a pipe bottom on Microsoft completing. So what do we do from here, Mike? Off the pipe bottom, plays over. Is there another opportunity?
Yeah, nothing. I'm just showing more evidence of this of this completion of this pattern.
So the pipe bottom was July 13th and 14th.
Let's see.
I'm gonna start labeling.
Yes. Yes.
One sec. Somebody is rearranging the office next to me, so if you hear that, I apologize.
Mike, do you are you saving these in like a database somewhere, or like a Notion or something?
No, they're just on my charts.
Might be a good idea to just throw them in a page or something.
Yes,
Well, if I play any of them, I'm logging them in the charts and setups. But I didn't play this one. The cues didn't look right to me. So
James, I think you just signed yourself up for a little science experiment here. You want to start logging the pipe bottoms?
I mean, if Mike sends them, I can.
Well, yeah, Mike has been calling them out for the last month and a half. So the pipe bottom here. Here's my question. Matter of fact, I'm not going to ask you. I'm going to look it up, and then I will tell you if there's a difference. I want to know what the difference is between a pipe bottom and a tweezer bottom. So obviously a tweezer bottom is going to be... Yes, you are correct. Pipe bottom is technically a chart pattern, and a tweezered bottom is going to be a candlestick pattern. Maybe that's the difference. Okay, so pipe bottom, overall performance on the weekly is the last, but it's still very, very high percentage, meaning the price target of an average rise of 54. Okay. So what we're looking for, stream, if you're watching this if you're watching this browser that's up right now, what we're looking for, identification guidelines. Pipes appear on the daily scale, but the ones on the weekly chart perform better, so we're going to use the weekly chart. So Bulkowski uses the weekly chart for these pipe bottoms. Price trend for the bottoms usually downward leading into the pattern. Twin and adjacent downward spikes. On a bar chart, the price bars look like spikes. On a candlestick chart, the candles can be any shape from doji to morobozu. In other words, don't let the term spike mislead you. I didn't realize that. So that's new. I'm glad I just read this. I didn't realize that it could be any sort of candlestick. Does not matter.
Yeah. It just has to be obvious. That's the main key point. The main key there is that it has to look like an obvious spike, and like something that explicitly stands out. And
sure.
So, just as long as we have two candles that make it look like a spike, I think that's what we can use to call out a pipe top or pipe bottom.
He goes on to say that 2 weeks often have a large price overlap, but need not bottom at the same price, which is what, take a look at Microsoft, they did not bottom at the same price, so that's good. Bottom price variation is 1%. Yep. Ironically, that's 0.97, so you're right there. Most pipes show average volume on one or both, above average volume on one or both spikes. Basically. Obvious, the pipe should stand alone to be obvious on the chart. The spike should clear the surrounding price action. You got the spike, it's obvious. Best performing pipes appear at the end of downtrends. Sure. Well, I'm looking at it on the daily, actually. I'm not even looking at it on the weekly. Are you looking at, is your chart on the weekly or daily?
Daily.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have enough patience to play a pipe on a week.
Okay. So just so everyone's
he says that the statistics play out better on the weekly, but they can be used on the daily. So I've been just tracking them on the daily.
Sure.
I feel like it's for us. We don't want to play a spike bottom or top like 5 or 6 weeks out, right? Like we want it to get done within a week or 2 weeks and be done and get out of position.
The only time we want to be playing like a pipe bottom on a weekly is if we're in a bull trend anyway, right? Because we understand that the primary trend is still probably up in most cases, and we're catching a primary trend.
And then you'd have to, if you're playing the weekly, you'd have to play contracts like six months to a year out or something too. Because
sure,
it's just you're just going to just churn through premium.
That makes sense. Okay, well, that's good. Okay, so pipe bottom, we got that. Once again, for everyone that's watching the stream later and inside the chat, here's the overall statistics. It's important to understand these are bull market results. So 8% break-even failure rate, average rise of 54, percentage median price target of 77. That's over 8,800 perfect trades. Man, you found a lot of pipe bottoms if you found that many. Now let's go to the candlesticks. And he has tweezer bottoms. Let's see what the difference is here. So tweezer bottoms right off the bat appear to maybe they don't have that spike. Maybe that's the difference, the spike.
So the tweezers are a wick, right? Like the tweezer bottom has 2 long wicks up or down.
Well, here, let's read through it. Identification guidelines. Number of candles, 2. Price trend, downward. Configuration, look for 2 candles sharing the same low price. That's all it is. I think the difference between a tweezer and a pipe bottom is that the pipe bottom has an obvious spike. The tweezer does not. Because what is the spike?
I thought the tweezers had the...
What's the spike
I
represent?
thought the tweezers had the body. Capitulation, right?
Yeah, and then a reversal, right?
Or, yeah, it's oversold.
So, but you're right. There is a capitulation at one point, but then it gets bought right back up. So you're looking for it's a capitulation into a reversal, and especially on the weekly. So you might get a capitulation on Monday and Tuesday, and then by Friday, most of that has already been bought back up, and that's kind of the indication that we should probably be buying this because there's obvious buying pressure here if we're not going to be closing down towards the lows off of a capitulation, right? That's kind of like the general idea, I think, behind the pipe. Tweezer, on the other hand, doesn't have that spike to the downside. It doesn't have that capitulation. It just says looking for 2 candles sharing the same low price.
Well, the reason why I like this pipe bottom or pipe top is that it defines a clear level to be able to front run where you know you're right or wrong, and the risk is very small, right? Like if you identify two candles on the bottom of a pipe bottom, and the next day it doesn't cross over that to confirm cross over that midpoint, then you know you can get out right away and wait for that confirmation, or if it does cross over, then you already front run that
Sure.
position.
Yeah, I like the pipe bottom way better. Way better. So just for everybody on stream that's watching this, and for everybody in here that doesn't know tweezers, this is in the TA crash course, by the way. Not that we normally use candlestick patterns anyway, but theoretical performance is a bullish reversal. Tested performance is a bearish continuation 52% of the time. Polkowski says, ironically, anything under 60% is generally a coin flip. There's not really any edge there. So 52% of the time it's a bearish continuation. Who gives a shit? Basically, this is saying it's a 50-50. Frequency rank at 39, overall performance of 44. This is just essentially what he's saying statistically is this means nothing. Tweezer bottoms mean nothing. Like it's just nothing. A 52% time of bearish continuation is essentially a 48% time of a bullish reversal, and a 4% swing, at least according to Bukowski, is not enough to merit an edge. We're not a casino taking millions of fucking positions per day, so we need a little bit bigger of an edge than 4%. And he actually says that the tweezer bottom candle is supposed to act as a bullish reversal, but testing shows that it acts as a bearish continuation pattern 52% of the time. That is near random, so do not depend on predicting the breakout direction. There you go. Okay, so pipe bottoms, incredibly bullish. Tweezers, fuck all. You're right, that is. I apologize. Dustin, you're right. It's hard to tell, but you are correct. And yeah, I miss that more than anything right now. Could eat that every single day for lunch. And yeah, Hanno, so pipe bottom is essentially looking for a market reversal to the upside. Pipe top is market reversal to the downside. Bukowski likes these on the weekly. Mike is running these on the daily right now to see if there's any significant difference. But the one that he's looking at, I'm going to post in chat. He's looking at that Microsoft area. I wrote pipe bottom on it. Those 2 green candlesticks that are coming off the lows is the pipe bottom, and he says today's close is appearing to confirm this. So this worked off of the actual low. What's crazy though is off of a pipe bottom. Where was your entry off of the pipe bottom? Is it the close on the second candle that's up and over the previous one? So would you be buying end of day?
Yeah, if you're going to front run it,
yeah.
If you're going to front run it, I would have gotten it at the close of July 14th.
Perfect.
But I also would play these on the credit side, not the debit, not the debit side.
Gotcha. So selling puts or some sort of.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Just
because you don't know how long it might take to actually play out, and so.
Yep. Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else. What can we do here? Let's look at. Let's talk about the elephant in the room here with fucking Tesla, right? Tesla's now up double digits. Are we going to stick this? Look at this. So I talked about this earlier today near lunchtime. We were already passing 1 RVol at lunch. Tesla's now up 1.4 RVol on the day. Check this out. Look at the ADR. First off, this is a fucking Marubozu. We're not dumb. We understand what this means, right? This is a Marubozu to the upside. And from peak, or from trough to peak, we have moved 7.22%. So we are damn near 1.5x ADR, 1.5 RVol, and we're up and over a horizontal level with the RSI breaking up near 70 for the first time in. This is the highest RSI has been since April. Having said that, what should we expect for tomorrow?
Pullback.
Yeah, we expect that pullback. The guys watching the stream later understand that on a high volume breakout over a horizontal level, anything over 1.5 RVol, there is a 66-ish % chance, that's an ish sign, of a pullback tomorrow. So actually we should have this locked and loaded, right? We should probably be thinking about buying something to do with Tesla or consumer discretionary in general for tomorrow morning. We'll look through that in one sec. Let's check out XOY in general. Ooh, these are some fun drawings I have left over from the YouTube video. Check out this. We were talking about this earlier, yesterday. I mean, you can hate it, but you can't deny it. I mean, there's fucking obvious buying pressure there. Here's the one yellow flag for today, though, for me. Look at what equal weight consumer discretionary is doing against non-equal weight consumer discretionary. So you have to take into consideration that a majority of this move is strictly Tesla, right? Potentially some Amazon as well. Yep. Tweet these brush strokes and yeah, check out Amazon. And pull Koifin. I'm gonna go to I'll do RCD since we care more about RCD right now. Let's look at what the since it technically we're down today, RCD. Let's see why. 1 day returns. So we got 10% move today in Tesla. We got a 6.66 return in Las Vegas Sand LVS. We have Bath and Body Works up 6%. Hasbro's up 4.45. Hey, by the way, I don't think anybody saw this because I didn't see it until right now. Someone want to pull up the Etsy chart and post it? Remember, we've been talking about these accumulation levels with rounded bottoms breaking out above horizontal levels. Somebody post the Etsy chart, but don't just post the Etsy chart. Post the rounded bottom and give me a horizontal level on that chart. And for extra credit, tell me how much Etsy is up from its low on June 16th to right now. I feel like I don't want to say we missed it. There's still, I mean, this is an awesome opportunity, but I'm not going to post it. I want somebody in here to do it. Anyway, daily DHI is up. So let's look at the biggest losers. We know what's winning here. Carnival Corp is down 11.4% today. Pool is down, POOL. I have no fucking idea what Pool is. What is this? Pool Corporation. Couldn't tell you what this is, but it beat earnings. Wholesale distributor. Is this Whirlpool? Has to be Whirlpool. It's a wholesale distributor. They missed on revenue. They're down. That's 1.73% of the ETF, so I guess that makes sense. Carnival Corporation is down 11.4. That's 1.68. So roughly 3.5% of the ETF is down double digits. So I guess it makes sense why there would be a slight down today. Royal Caribbean is down 9%. Norwegian is down 8%. Did something come out today fundamentally on cruises, or did we have earnings? RCL is down. Carnival is down. No earnings. Norwegian, no earnings. Yeah, for whatever reason, man, the market doesn't like cruises. They're all down. Thank you for posting those charts in the chat. Let's look at this. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that move off Etsy, though, right? That's pretty fucking crazy. Check out Mike's chart since he's the first one that posted it. MACD is crossing up and over the zero. Who here uses MACD? There's a few of us that use it. I do not. Mike has it up. I think Hanno might use it. That MACD is crossing up and over the zero. We know what that means. RSI is above the 50. MACD is above the zero. We're getting a breakout with a rounded bottom and a horizontal level. I think that horizontal level, unfortunately, was near 90 or 89. We're currently up at 96. So potentially if we get a pullback tomorrow based off of Tesla, maybe Etsy is a move. We can take a trade less crowded because you know Tesla's going to be crowded as shit. James, perfect. Exactly what I was looking for. That's exactly what I have on my chart. Rounded bottom. I haven't drawn it yet, but yeah, same thing. And your horizontal level's at 90-ish, right? Yep.
Right, yeah.
And Dustin, same thing. Cool. Yeah, I think we're right on here. Isn't that crazy, though? Etsy's up 40-something %. Nobody said a fucking word. Not only in here, but anywhere. Yeah, maybe. Let's not talk about the fact that she blew $1 million in Roblox over the last 7 months, though. I love that shit, by the way. Like, all of these fucking insider, like the Twitter accounts and shit that track insider trading and stuff. And they're like, Nancy Pelosi just made $100,000 on NVIDIA, but they don't fucking tell you about the millions of dollars she lost on expired call contracts on growth companies over the last 7 months. It's just fucking stupid. Losers pay attention to that shit. Okay, so Etsy, Las Vegas Sands. I think I pulled up LVS. This is not an easy trade. Yeah, I don't like the LVS trade. It's just not easy. Lenner Corp, LEN. It's a home building name, and this is up 25% in the last month. We've talked about ITB. Fuck, check this out. I'm going to extend this level, not changing it, just extending it. Check this out. Why? Why are we up here again? Blows my mind. It's that same low in June. We were up 23% in the ITB ETF. Kind of wild, man. I think this could be a potential pivot spot for ITB. We might want to think about updating charts to go long above 60. I don't think we're there yet. We have this nasty sort of price action from back in June that I think we'd want to clear at 61. But we're in that area, and that blows my mind. See, Penn National Gaming up 23%. That is a fucking ugly reversal. I do not like that. Is there still open interest and volume on Penn? Is it still a meme stock? Someone want to check that? BRBs play on every time frame, so yes. But
look at ITB on monthly on 5750 level.
Just post the chart. And as you're doing that, I want to point something out because Mike pointed this out. If you play weekly charts or monthly charts, you have to understand how much time you need to buy on these options contracts. Like Mike pointed out, if you're playing weekly, you're buying like 6 months out minimum, right? Because the premium is just going to get shot to shit interweek if you're not buying a lot of time on these. One sec. Move around my desk here so I'm a little more comfortable. Hey, that's a pipe bottom.
There we go.
Hey, Mike, that's a pipe bottom on the ITV monthly chart. Or does the spike have to be on the right-hand side?
No, that's a spike. That's a pipe bottom.
Sweet.
So you're on a monthly, you're going to play like
You're going to buy like
20, 25 leagues or
Who's gonna
something?
play him?
That's funny. Okay, so pen, ugly chart, but it's up, and it's showing a little bit of a complex inverse head and shoulders. If you guys can recall the TA crash course, let's see, we got a bunch of names here. Win. Isn't it crazy? These things were just down huge off of the Macau news closing down in China, and now all of a sudden they're up like crazy. Starbucks, we looked at Starbucks. What Starbucks is doing right now, this is something we looked at as a group 2 trading sessions ago. What's up with that? Did anybody check Penn, by the way? You want to check the options chain and see if there's any opportunities on the chain for Penn? I just want to get a quick check on the volume and open interest. Starbucks breaking above horizontal level here. Nice little accumulation pattern going back to April. RSI is testing the 70. Potential opportunity here with Starbucks. Maybe it's because they're closing all of their locations because they hate people. Unions aren't allowed. Fuck everybody. And everybody on Wall Street says, hell yeah, let's buy Starbucks. HD up, bad chart. Ford up, bad chart. Low up, bad chart.
Penn has some volume for September.
Does it?
Yeah, on the 40s. Is that too?
Nope. That makes sense. Here, let's pull up Penn then and come up with a trade idea here.
IV is close to 60, but I mean the 40s are what for $1.40. Looks like.
So it's up to you whether or not you want to buy the call or spread it. I think at 60, it's literally a coin flip. You want to buy the call, buy the call. Bet you could get those things for like 30 cents though if you spread it. Tattered, you're on holiday. Where you at, man? I don't think that's bad. That looks like a that looks like a normal Scandinavian overcast day to me. That's awesome, bro. Congrats on vacation. Let us know where you're at.
Miami.
Yeah, I don't think so. So this is a kind of a nasty, complex inverse head and shoulders, right, on Penn. If we get caught in a pullback tomorrow because of Tesla's high R-vol breakout, I think it's reasonable to expect most of consumer discretionary pulls back, even if it's just temporary. Penn could be a potential play on the 40s. Why not? Where's the stop out, though, if we're wrong? It's a 15% move from the horizontal break to 40-ish. Yeah, Penn makes sense, actually. A 5% move to the downside would be around 33. And if we get a short-term pullback tomorrow across that horizontal level, we might actually be able to get filled at 33, maybe. Probably not, probably 33.5-ish, something like that. But if we get down there, we can play the low of day on yesterday at around 32.75. Yeah, this Penn is, there's an idea there. I think I'd wait till tomorrow, though. $32 would be a good stop loss if you can get in somewhere around 33. So we'll look at this tomorrow, pre-market. It'll be on the watch list, and I think those $40 calls, if we can buy these in a pullback, they're going to be probably $1 at 60 IV. It's worth it. So trade idea there for tomorrow. And what about Starbucks? Look at Starbucks really quick, because we're already breaking up and over that horizontal level in Starbucks.
James, did you check the chain on ITB?
Uh-huh.
You gotta play that pipe bottom?
Hey man, I think the earliest you'd want to buy for a pipe bottom on the monthly, and I have nothing to back this up except my opinion, so it could be completely wrong, is probably the January 2023s. Like, seriously. I don't know if I'd play anything sooner if you're depending on monthly candlesticks to give you direction. Let me know about the Starbucks chain. I'm going to move on though. How about semis? We talked about semis. Last night's strategy session, we said, listen, man, above 230, we should probably be looking at semis. Hanno had previously well, you did pay, but also played AMD. Closed it at a 40% winner. I tagged you earlier, Hanno, just to get your eyes on AMD again because it's breaking up and over your risk on level. Are you thinking about getting back in, or did you already? Or are you going to sit out on this one? And anybody else that's currently looking at semiconductors already got in, so let us know your play really quick, if you don't mind. You don't have to share if you don't want to. Anybody else looking at semis here? We got AMD. The four that we were looking at yesterday were AMD, NVIDIA, QCOM was the hot chick of the day. Marcos liked QCOM, I believe. And then we had AMD, NVIDIA, QCOM, and TSM. Strong day across the board on all of them. TSM up 1.13%. AMD up 1.24%. NVIDIA up 0.71%. And QCOM, the hot chick, is up 1.92%. So QCOM showing relative strength across everything. Marcos is the one that pointed that out yesterday. And that trend continues today. That's why we do this shit, right? Find the relative strength in the market. QCOM was showing the greatest relative strength over the last 2 weeks of trading. And here it is again, out of all of the major semiconductor names, it is out competing all of them. So Hanno got the 105-110 call debit spread for September. 105-110. Okay. And you got a price target and a stop loss in mind? Marcos, did you end up buying that QCOM play?
No, I forgot. I forgot about that. I didn't add it to my
That's okay.
list.
You made the right call, though. Just wanted to give you props, and for everyone that's watching this in the future, Marcos was the one that kind of came up with that idea, and it ended up playing out, so good. First PT on AMD near 95 is what I was thinking, too. We had a level there previously. I think 95 is a good place to potentially expect some temporary resistance there in AMD. Cool, man. Got a good idea there. Stop loss at recent support. Yep. Or right below recent support. Got it. I'm glad you're able to do this. Self-sufficiency, man. Proud of you. Somebody else joined the same day that you did, and he showed up to one thing the entire time. So God bless his heart. QQEW and the Qs looking good here. 18 minutes left. The Qs slightly a little less volume than I would have expected, but oops, I posted QCOM. I meant the Qs. Wow, you are far north. Seriously, that's all. that's incredible. Also incredible to see how you guys spell different countries' names. For those of you watching the stream, Tattered is Norwegian. He's on vacation up near looks like the Arctic Circle. That's incredible. Okay, but the Q is making a great push here. I don't know if I would necessarily call this a thrust move or not, because we're only at 0.71 R vol. Let's pull up the see if we can look at something really quick. Let's look at the Q's 1 day return here. Tesla obviously up double digits. NetEase, NTES, Chinese software company, isn't it? Yes, it is. This is Chinese, right? Am I not mistaken? Up 6% today. ASML. ASML cut their guidance by like sixfold or something. Kevin was letting us know. This thing is up 5%. Semiconductor name. Pinduoduo up 5%. Chinese related name. Charts still look like shit though. Callow is not in here. He's working. But what a recovery off T-Doc. Look at that. Strong day. I'm sure this morning sucked to look at everybody that was in T-Doc. I'm sure it sucked to look at that position this morning. But holy fuck.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck?
I didn't read what happened, but Callow had mentioned this morning before the market opened up that T-Doc was down off of some rumor shit.
I saw like a potential like lawsuit about investor misleading investors on something like that. I don't know. I didn't read too much about it. Somebody wanted to load up for earnings, right?
Probably. Yeah, earnings is what? July 27th next week. I mean, everything is working pretty well. I mean, not to pat ourselves on the back here a little bit, but making the right call here. IMW, great recovery today. Let's look at the difference between IWO and IWN really quick. For the guys that are on the stream, you guys know that the previous video and the shit that we've been talking about inside the group has been talking about the difference between small cap growth and small cap value and why this relationship matters. IWO was down at some point today. We are now closing up. IWN, nice recovery, but closing down. Look at this. Incredible. RCD just flipped green. We spent the entire fucking day in the consumer discretionary equal weighted space in the red, and we just right now flipped green with 14 minutes left. Good recovery in Bitcoin as well. Where's Ethereum at? What are we doing here? Ethereum's up 2.83%. This is awesome. Ethereum looks like it's going to break out of a potential little bull flag here. But you bring this down to the 4 hour, this is a bull flag. IWO, inverse head and shoulders. I think you're missing. I think you're missing your head there. You need 3 peaks.
Yo, IWO is a diamond.
What's up?
I said IWO is a diamond, so let's just make sure we stick to the right pattern.
Well, here, let's pull IWO up and see what was carrying it today. I know AMC was up earlier today. I know it's an IWO name. Okay, you guys ready for the absolute dog shit of the equities world? We have Skywater Technology, SkyT. Check that out. It's a small cap industrial machinery name. Bottomed out in May, and it's up 189% since May. The pump and dumps are back. I'm telling you, man, things are changing in the market. The pump and dumps are back, and the pump and dumps are not indicative of a fucking risk-off environment. The only time these fuckers are going to turn the spigot back on for these pump and dumps is when they fully expect the market to be moving in their direction, just in case something doesn't happen. So we got Weave Communications. This looks like dog shit, and it is. Package software name that IPO'd in 2021, end of 2021. These are not anything we're going to want to trade. post a few of them because they're fun. VLD. Is this a 3D printing? Yeah, this is a 3D printing name. VLD. I remember we had looked at this a long time ago. I'm gonna stop posting these. We got a CANO. Anything that we see here that is something we've actually traded. Cellulose. CELH. Celsius, not cellulose. Celsius is up 6% today. Robin, the brand advocate for Celsius. It hit its low same day as everything else we've been looking at. May 11th, May 12th. It's up 121% from there. About snow. Somebody was screaming about snow on social media. This chart looks like dog shit. I don't know why. Look at this. Can you rationalize buying this from a technical standpoint?
Yeah, it bottomed out a few weeks ago, and now we're up 40%.
There you go. Buy it. It is good though. I mean, it's constructive price action. You got a name like Snow that sold off like fucking crazy after double topping in November of last year. Drew down 72.5%. We have hit. This is the third oscillation to the upside. 1, 2, 3. Clearing 158, 50, 159 area. Higher series of higher highs. You're right. We were looking at KRE at market open. Nice recovery today, but it is it might close break even or maybe even slight up unless we get a market sell off at the end of the day. Other than that, though, KRE, not a whole lot of movement today. XBI actually down slightly today. Still trapped at the 84 level. But tech, consumer discretionary, looking fantastic. Check out XLK. Well, if you would have bought Snow 2 weeks ago, you'd be up huge. So don't worry about what I'm saying. We got the Microsoft pipe bottom. What's up?
The bullish case.
Yeah. Inverse everything I say, you'll make money. Apple. We're looking at the 151-ish area as a first real higher high, and we hit it, and now we are threatening the 157-ish area as this was our original breakdown spot that we shorted Apple, and we are now about to test it to the upside this time. Market's different. People are always late to the party. Is this going to continue? That's the hard part. But so far we've been able to position ourselves in a few names to take advantage of a longer trend if they do form. If they don't, made a couple shekels on the way up here. Tesla looks like it's going to close out double digits. I might be a fanboy of Musk, but I'm going to tell you Tesla finishing on a Marubozu double-digit candle with high RVOL is not indicative of a necessarily risk-off environment. That's what the gut says, at least. Sal popped in on the YouTube stream and said the music isn't that bad this time. Thanks, James. All right, we got about 7 minutes left. Charts, ideas, feel free, throw them out there. Let's go. If you have time, feel free to type out that play, or you can say it on your microphone, whatever you want, Hannah. While you're typing that out, I do want to point out the TLT trade that we posted in the charts and setups. Understand the macro thesis behind the TLT trade, but obviously we are not trading it specifically because of the macro thesis. We do have technical levels that we are looking at. I am currently in September 120s. There are October 125s. Is it the October 125s? The October 125s were at $1.75 when I posted this idea. We were looking at the TYX, which is the 30-year Treasury bond yield. We expect, if the Treasury bond yield has topped out and is going to start dropping down, we expect TLT to move up, right? This is a longer-term trade with a 1.9% ADR. You're going to want to buy, or 1.4% ADR, excuse me. You're going to want to buy time on this. It's not something that you're going to want to expect to make immediate cash off of. I was obviously red on these for a few trading sessions. I'm back up near break even. And we're looking for a move, a breakout of this little pennant we have here with a short-term price target of top of the pennant at 120. And then 125 makes sense because we have a 12722 1.618 fib extension. So they're cheap. It's macro, something to consider. And you could also, typically speaking, people say when bonds go up, equities go down. There is definitely a real situation that we could be facing here where bonds and equities both go up at the same time. That correlation, that inverse correlation that you're taught is not playing out recently. So there's definitely enough liquidity sitting on the sidelines to buy both. And TLT appears for the time being to be coiling here and consolidating with the 30-year yields playing its role as well. So macro idea there, it's cheap. Hano says looking at Microsoft, looks good for reversal, about to test resistance. He's looking for a 289, 290 call debit spread for September. Mike, since you've been watching Microsoft, do you have anything to add there? 285, 290, 285.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
That's totally fine. I ramble because it's awkward when nobody talks.
What are you saying?
Handel's looking at a Microsoft 285, 290 call debit spread for September. He's liking I'm assuming, Hano, you're going to be front running the 268, 269 resistance area. So if you feel comfortable front running it, sure. The price targets make sense to me. I think the hardest part about this trade, kind of like what we talked about with Apple, is where you wrong. So as long as you have a stop area that makes sense from a technical standpoint on the chart, take the trade. But I think right now, until we're above 268, it's hard to figure out where you'd be wrong.
Yeah, I got a supply level right here, right where Microsoft's at, right around 265. So with the high volume node.
Is there a high volume node there?
Yeah, it's not like super high volume, but it's definitely a peak.
You also have earnings coming up in the middle of next week. I don't know. I personally wouldn't take it, but I was wrong about Apple yesterday, right? So not necessarily wrong, but I just don't know where I would be wrong in these moves. They're already up. We want to be catching them when they're breaking levels, so we can use that level as an area to risk off if we're wrong. So I think 268 is a safer entry on Microsoft. But as always, do what you want and then prove me wrong. Still chilling pullback zone on XOK. Just decide to throw an extra head and shoulders pattern on that chart.
I think he uses it as his price target.
Oh yeah, I get you. I love the lazy charting, Landon. Okay, so the pipe bottom is playing out. Mike called that out. Ended up being a good call out there. I don't think anybody took it, unfortunately, but this is still, we're building out this thesis for these pipe bottoms, and so far, last time I asked Mike, they were hitting relatively well. Only problem is we want to make sure that they're performing as well on the daily as they are on the weekly, because we do not want to be buying 6 to 9 months worth of expiration on some of these names. Consumer discretionary is going to be closing near high of day, up 2.25%. China stocks up 2%, semiconductors 1.63. Semiconductors are pressing end of day. 231, 232 here. Our pivot spot's 228. We went over this yesterday. Hanno grabbed AMD. I'll ask the group later who grabbed semis because I'm sure it wasn't just Hanno, but semiconductors are playing the way that we expected them to yesterday. XLK high of day. QQEW closing your high of day. SPY is officially green and up. RSP is officially green and up. IWM is officially green and up. IWM was just red. Or where are we pressing? Both value and growth. Market is being bought across the board. KRE is now green on the day. Feels different, boys. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream there. I'll finish the